I'm very glad to be here today to celebrate the Room2Run initiative, which is one of many ways the UK is seeking to support Africa to rise to the challenge of climate-smart development in 2023.
Minister of State for International Development Andrew Mitchell has committed to supporting the delivery of green finance across Africa at the African Development Bank's annual meetings in Egypt.
Room2Run is extremely telling just by the name of the initiative.
Room2Run creates headroom which can be applied to projects all over the continent.
Andrew Mitchell announced that the $2 billion Room2Run guarantee, which the UK had announced at COP26, had now unlocked funding for 2 new climate-resilient water infrastructure projects in Egypt and Senegal.
The UK first committed to the Room2Run guarantee at COP26 in Glasgow. The objective was to use guarantees from the UK government and the City of London insurance market to stretch the African Development Bank's balance sheet and rapidly scale up and speed up the climate finance available to African countries. Here, 18 months later, it's exciting to now be launching the first 2 projects supported by the guarantee in Egypt and in Senegal.
The new projects, namely an €80 million Egyptian wastewater project and the €37 million water sanitation project in Senegal, will offer benefits to millions in their respective countries.
Turning first to Senegal, the Safe Water and Sanitation Services project we're launching today is going, I hope, to be hugely important. The project focuses on the fundamental work vital to keep a population fit and healthy, building standpipes, pumping stations and sewage networks to supply no less than 250,000 households. The project will have an incredible impact on people's health and livelihoods. As I understand it, spades will hit the ground in the next couple of months, and I look forward very much to hearing about progress. The water recycling project the African Development Bank is launching in Egypt is equally exciting. Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the subsequent impact on grain supplies have demonstrated how fragile food security can be. By improving the quality and availability of water resources, this project will support the foundations of Egypt's economy.
In Senegal, the access to safe water and sanitation services to build sustainable resilience in disadvantaged areas will reach 1.45 million people, of which 51% are women, who will benefit from improved access to drinking water and sanitation.
So you've mentioned possibly moving on to West Africa and other parts of Africa. What are the determining factors in terms of who gets the grant?
Well, Britain has guaranteed up to $2,000 million of projects. Half of them will be in climate adaptation, half of them in climate mitigation. And we saw today the launch of 2 projects which are specifically going to bring clean water and sanitation to people in both Senegal and Egypt. And what this facility, which Britain has procured through the African Development Bank, is able to be spent on all climate mitigation and adaptation projects in Africa that get the approval of the African Development Bank. So it's a truly brilliant collaboration and partnership, and will have real effect and value on the ground in people's lives.
Since the COP in Glasgow, I think a lot of the African countries are saying that the partners are not walking the talk. And I think today the UK is showing that the commitment to provide climate finance is real, and the amount is showing scale, because we're talking about $2 billion.
Many thanks to the UK government. This is an example to be followed by other governments, creating more headroom for MDBs to be able to push important projects in our countries in Africa is extremely timely and extremely relevant and extremely urgent. So thank you very much. Thank you to the African Development Bank and to Senegal. Congratulations also to the project, and we look forward to working with Senegal as well to showcase many of the good work that our governments are doing together. I always say that we have 3 C's. It's commitment, government commitment on where we want to go. it's clarity with the projects we want to implement, and credibility that we have with all of you partners, both bilateral and multilateral.
The Cabinet Minister outlined the UK's commitment to reforming the international financial system in order to enable delivery of green finance needed to fight extreme poverty and tackle climate change.
In 2015, the world agreed on 17 goals to be reached by 2030. That's the Agenda 2030. 17 of those goals, we think that one that is extremely important is number 17. And you know what number 17 stands for? Partnership. None of the SDGs can be reached by doing it alone. So the coalition of the willing, the partners, the MDBs, I think that's how we're going to achieve the SDGs by 2030.
I think a lot of people in Britain are very proud of Britain's international development work. What they want to see is the money providing really good value so that they know that their hard-pressed pound is getting 100 pence of value in terms of delivery on the ground. And what you see in the sort of projects we were talking about today is real effect on people's lives, but real effect too on climate adaptation and climate mitigation. So I think all of us are very proud to be involved in such excellent projects.
Thank you so
you.
much. Thank you.